Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I will show you how I'm setting stones in those tiny prong settings which we created in last video, which will be somewhere here if you haven't seen it. I will show you how I'm setting my prong settings, and I'm pretty sure you can pick some advice when you're setting your own, because we all do that overlapping at some point and it's not a pretty look. It can give that edge and that character to your piece if you're seeking that style. I used to make and set prong settings quite differently, and it was overlapping on the stone too. I'm not a professional stone setter, so I'm just doing what works for me and give you advice from my own mistakes and my own practice in jewelry making. And I'm very happy to announce that this video is sponsored by GRANDE, and they're giving you a code with $20 off of your shipping price, which is very cool, I would say, because we all need tools and we all need silver. I buy most of my necessities from them. And you know, it's so nice when you can trust the store, because I know I'll get qualified silver. It's very easy to buy from the store. They have everything you might need for your jewelry making. It's very qualified as well. It's truly a nice experience when you're buying from Rio Grande. Now we have to set those beautiful tiny prong settings, and let's get started. So now you can see we have one prong setting already done, and now I'll show you how exactly I did that. First of all, when we want to set prong settings, we want to make those prongs a bit leaned back, just to be able to come in with our drill. You can do that with pliers as well, by holding prong and just coming back to that. But always be careful with pliers when you're coming to that tiny prong setting, because we have just 0.8 millimeters here. So we can squish it and shape it as well pretty quickly. I will be setting 3.5 millimeter size of the stone in the setting. And my setting itself, it's on a flat surface, so I need more depth here. That I will create with a round burr first, and then I will come with the stone setting burr. So I'm putting my round burr in, lubricating, bring you a bit closer, that you could see everything that I'm doing. So now when I'm happy how my stone is sitting here, I will take it out. Okay, that's pretty. And now we have to prepare prongs. For that we will use stone setting burr, which is almost the same size as my stone. Now we want to create angles on prongs itself that would mimicate our stone from the side, because we want to hug our stone exactly how the shape is. So I'm coming in with the stone setting burr, firstly. And angle it a bit how my prongs are angled. We're pushing that on the angle because our prongs are leaned back a bit, are going and making that stone setting burr straight according to them. And now when we have those beautiful angles in our prongs, I will just make this one a bit more. Okay. Now we're cleaning our setting. We will put the stone in. So we want to go and push our prongs, not too much, just a little bit, all of them, just to keep the stone in place. Because we want to keep that alignment all the time. Always check if you're still aligned with your stone, because now I can see I'm not. Because when you're pushing prongs, it just moves your stone sometimes in one side more. And by the way, I'm pushing my prongs with prong pusher. You can do that with regular one too, but it just keeps you in a place more when you have that groove. The crucial mistake I used to make, I was just soldering my prongs too far back from my stone itself. So it's very important to keep your stone size according to your prongs, because we want to be straight with our prongs, just a little bit leaning on the stone itself. And when you're too far away, you have gaps under your stone, and then you're trying to hug your stone even more with the metal, and then you can't finish your beautiful prongs to that round shape because it's just a mess. Yeah, so we want to keep that straight on the stone, and all that angle will do the job for us. And when we have that prong in the right placement, then our angle is just leaning on that stone, and we have a beautiful coming in here. And we need to cut that part off, which you can see even that it's gapping because we have too much of material here still. So we will cut that off because we have clearly too much of the metal here, and we will have a beautiful fit to our stone. So I'm coming with my cutters and I will cut the excess metal. I will check if I don't need to cut more, because we want to burnish our prong setting that it would be exactly where our angle is, just to push it a bit more. I think I'm good here. I'm coming with my prong burnisher. And now you can see how it's coming a bit on top of our griddle and holding that stone in place, and we don't have any gap between our prong and our stone. While I'm burnishing, I'm pushing my prong a bit towards the stone as well, just to go right in that. And now we have to finish all of them. Now you can see how it's looking from more far away. We have that beautiful tiny prong setting here, and now we want to do the same with others. So I'm cutting my metal off. The same exact thing. I want to push it more towards the stone and burnish that prong setting. With burnishing, it takes time if you're doing that by hand and using just a hand tool. No drills. To have more control this way, you will never drill too much and eat that metal as well. So if you're starting out, I recommend just to go with a regular hand tool. Hand tools are always something else. I love to use hand tools. Love to set my stones with hammer and pusher. You have way more control. When you're cutting your prongs, the key here is not to leave too much of the metal because it won't burnish beautifully, especially if you're working with hand tools like this, because here we have just a hole. So we're just like rubbing and burnishing that metal down, because if you want to have beautiful prongs, it's necessary. And it's very important to choose the size of burnisher that you actually need, because if it will be too big, you won't get that beautiful round finish. If it will be too small, it will rub your sides as well when you will be burnishing. So that's an important step, to choose correct size of burnishing tool. So I always test the same sizes before that I'm coming to my actual piece. And now we have 4 beautiful dots here. And the important part when you're setting your prongs, even when you're using burnisher and leaning on the stone, you can easily go more to this way or to that way. So even when you're working with your prong, keep an eye that you're keeping everything aligned and centered when it comes to setting those prong settings. We want to make sure that everything is aligned, and when we are looking into our ring straight away, we want to see that straight dip there. That's how you know that you set the stone in the center in that correct position. Especially when you look at your ring from the side as well, you want to see that you are aligned everywhere. And when everything is aligned and we have that beautiful 90 degrees with our surface, we have that beautiful sparkle as well, because we're not angling our stone. We have all the light coming in and it is beautiful to look at. It looks like a star bit and we have that beautiful sparkle in our piece. But now I will finish 2 more and I will show you the final result. Now we have all 4 prong settings set with stones, and it truly make a difference when it comes to jewelry pieces, because that sparkle gives a bit of that luxury feeling. You know how I love to add a tiny pieces of that sparkle. It makes a big difference, even though it's quite small as well. It's not overwhelming. It gives a bit of that star effect, you know, like it truly looks like stars to me. So yeah, if you have some questions, ask me in the comments, and I hope you like it. And I will see you in my next one.